Hello everyone! In this video, we're going to be talking about the hidden stats of Pokemon Unite which the game doesn't tell us. The information I've gathered is from Cerebi.net and some Reddit posts. I'll leave the links in the description below if you guys want to check it out. Anyways, let's get started here. So the first thing we're going to be talking about is the HP. At level 1, we actually get about 3,000 to 3,300 HP on majority of the Pokemons. And it will end at level 15 around 5,400 to 9,990 or 9,900 depending on which role you're in. For example, for Cinderace, he's actually the squishiest, sitting at 5,400 for being an attacker, which is justifiable. And then we have Speedsters sitting at around 6,319. And of course, Snorlax being the beefiest of the bunch as a tank, he's sitting at about 9,900. Gardevoir, surprisingly, for a squishy attacker, she has about 6,320. But that's pretty much the rundown of the HP that you get from level 1 to level 15, which is quite a huge jump. Some gets about triple their HP and some gets about like twice their HP. Next, we're going to be talking about the attack. So from level 1 onwards, majority of Pokemon starts off really low around like 130. Some for attackers starts a bit higher at 170. And then once you reach level 15 for the defenders, it's about 340. For the speedster, it's about 650. And the special attacker is 290 to 360. It varies. For example, for Cinderace, he's an attacker. He gets pretty much in the middle where it's 479. It's pretty good for him since he has range, so it should not be allowed to have that much attack, right? And then for speedsters, Aurora is sitting at the top of, almost the top, 649, reaching nearly the peak. The defenders aren't that bad. They get about 345, so they're still doing a huge chunk of damage despite being super tanky as well. And then the special attackers, they also get attack increase even though their spells scales off special attack, but you know, the auto attack, some of them scales off attack, so it's always nice to have the attack boost as well. Alright, next we're going to be talking about the special attack. Special attack is a little bit different from the attack scaling. So for level 1, the physical attackers have about 20, and then at level 15, they have about 100. The reason why it's so low is because generally physical attackers, their abilities also scales off just standard attack, so the special attack doesn't really apply too much unless you're running the Shell Bell, which, you know, has some special attack scaling for the healing. But other than that, the special attack doesn't really benefit attackers at all. That's why they're so low. Then we have the level 1 special support sitting at 40 special attack level 1, and then for the attackers sitting at 50 special attack. Then at level 15, it ranges depending on if you are a support or attacker from 400 to 1,000. So it's a pretty big gap in between there. For example, we see Cinderace and Zeraora with extremely low special attack just because all of their abilities scales off standard attack, like I mentioned. So special attack doesn't really provide too much for them. Even if it's at 0, it doesn't really affect them at all. Then we have the support from Mr. Mime at 412 special attack at level 15. And Gardevoir sitting at a whopping 1,000 special attack at level 15. So you know she is a nuker for sure. Alright. Then next we have the defense. Defense starting at level 1, majority of Pokemon, depending if you're an attacker, support, or a defender, it's usually range around 35 to 100. And then at level 15, for the example, we have Cinderace sitting at 250, Aurora sitting at 300. So you can tell the trend is just, you know, spiking upwards depending on what kind of role you're playing. Snorlax at 580, probably the highest in the game. And Gardevoir, unsurprisingly, sitting at 174 defense. Like I said, has a lot of special attacks, so she should not be that tanky. There's got to be some sort of weakness to her. So that's pretty much the trend for defense there. Moving on, we have special defense. At level 1, majority of Pokemon sitting at 27 to 67. And at level 15, We have Cinderace at 149 special defense, jumping up to the Speedster role at 200 special defense. And then the defenders, obviously, they have to be tanky, sitting at 400 special defense, almost twice as much as the Speedsters. And Gardevoir, really low in defense, really low in special defense, just to, you know, balance out the insane special attack that she gets. But generally, that's the guideline, whether you're a, you know, attack carry, Speedster, a defender, or a special attack carry. Alright, next we have the movement speed. The movement speed is what surprised me the most. I did not realize that all the Pokemon has around 3,600 to 3,800 move speed, which kinda makes the Floatstone very negligible in terms of the stats it gives. It's almost nothing, to be honest. And for the stat distribution, we have Cinderace, Zeraora, and Snorlax all sitting around the same move speed, surprisingly, even though they all are different roles. And Gardevoir, I guess they want to give it a little bit more move speed to kite out the melees. But yeah, the move speed stats are ginormous. It's starting at 3,600. It's crazy. So, there you go. Next, we're going to be talking about the hidden stats of the items that the game doesn't tell us about. So here I list the ones that are really important and not really explained in the text that the game provides. So let's just go through it. We have the Focus Band. The Focus Band, it doesn't tell us the cooldown, but it actually has a 90-second cooldown, so about a minute and a half cooldown to activate the effect, which activates at 25% HP. So once you drop below 25% HP every 90 seconds, the healing would kick in, where you get, you know, just 3 seconds of healing back at 14% at level 20. So that's good to know. I mean, 90 second, I guess throughout the entire game you probably get like 4, 5, maybe 6. You're lucky. But around like 4 or 5 procs. Pretty standard there. Then we have the scoring items. All of the scoring item has the same hidden stats. Is you get 1 stack per score at 6 stacks max. So you can't just run in with 1 point, score, and then go, you know, farm another camp and then come back with another like 5 points and then score again, trying to get like infinite amount of stacks. That it doesn't work like that. It only maxes out at 6. Okay. Then we have the Shell Bell. Wow, the Shell Bell really surprised me actually. The 10-second cooldown, even if you have 2 abilities up and use both, you only get healing for 1 ability because it has a 10-second cooldown. Separate from each ability, so every 10 seconds you get 1 healing. And the healing is plus 40% of your special attack, plus the base, which is about 75 at level 20. So the special attack is not bad. I mean, if you're playing Gardevoir, plus 40% of 1,000 special attack, you get about 400 plus 75, so 475. So for this, for attackers that uses, you know, just physical damage or attack damage, it doesn't really do too much, right? 40% of 100 is just 40, which really lackluster. So I don't recommend it, running this on just physical attackers. Even for the healing, it's not worth. Alright, then we have the Energy Amplifier. This one is pretty simple. I mean, once you use your Unite move, the effect just lasts 3 to 4 seconds. The bonus effect of, you know, getting extra damage. You can't just be sitting and try to expect to do damage for the whole entire fight. It only lasts 3 to 4 seconds, so you gotta try to get your damage down fast. If you're a burst champion, then it's great for you, but if you're a sustain DPS, then not so good for you. Alright, then we have the XP share. From what I know, people say that it's bugged. A lot of the stats or the XP coming in, it's just really wonky and it doesn't really work. So if you're expecting to just get passive XP throughout the whole entire game, that's not gonna happen. Like I said, it is bugged. I recommend you don't use it until they somehow fix it. Not really worth. Then we have the Buddy Barrier. Wow, I did not realize the Buddy Barrier was so good. The shield lasts for 8 seconds. That's insane amount of duration. During a team fight, an 8-second team fight usually just means the end of the team fight. So once you use your Unite move, you just have it up for the whole duration of the fight. 8 seconds. And it if the whole entire team runs Buddy Barrier, right? Everybody gets an 8-second shield. And I'm not sure if it stacks or not. Maybe it doesn't. But 8 seconds is insane duration for a shield. Alright, and then next we have the Rocky Helmet. This one was really weird when I read it. It apparently only activates once per combat, and you would need to leave the combat, come back, to activate it again. And it takes 8 seconds to get out of combat, which applies to the float stone as well. So 8 seconds on a map that's very tiny, like Pokemon Unite map is very small, right? You're not gonna walk from 8 seconds from one camp to the other. You reach about like 3 to 4 seconds walking from one camp to the other. So you will rarely get out of combat move speed. Plus the Rocky Helmet, you would have to just run away for combat for about 8 seconds and then come back in to proc it. It's just not that great. Same with the Float Stone. The base move speed you get is about what, 120 at level 30. Every Pokemon has 3,600, so you're getting 120 move speed. That's nothing. That's literally nothing. And the out of combat is so hard to proc, so Float Stone is actually extremely overrated, and I just don't think it's a good item anymore. So there you go. Those are the hidden stats for these items that you need to know about. The others are very straightforward, including like the muscle band or whatnot. Like it tells you exactly what it is. There's no cooldown. There's no special gimmicks around it. Alright, next we're going to be talking about what is the best item now that all of these information is leaking. Well, not even leaking, just we have a better understanding. The best item in my opinion is the muscle band for damage, just because of how consistent it is. There's no hidden text. You literally just get the damage. The flat stat is also very nice. So you get the 3% bonus on, of the remaining HP. Pretty standard, pretty clear. Then we have the Focus Band. Even though it has a 90-second cooldown, in a team fight, let's be real, man, you're not gonna fight someone, or at least be in a heavy team fight every 90 seconds, right? You're gonna be clearing your camps, and you're gonna be farming, whatever. But either way, in terms of defensive item, this is actually one of the better ones, just because of how strong the passive is. Although the flat stat is very negligible, it's good for early, but doesn't really scale for late. I still consider it a really good item just because of, 14% off 6,000 HP, proccing 3 times. That's quite a lot. About what, 30-40% of your HP back. Then we have the Buddy Barrier for utility. The shielding is very nice. It can literally win you or lose you a fight. That if you have your Unite move up, you're pretty much a god for about 8 seconds, because you get 40% of your max HP as a shield for 8 seconds. Nobody can kill you. Literally, nobody can kill you. Alright. That's gonna be the end of the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I learned a lot from all the research, and hopefully the information will help you as well in your ranked games. If you liked the video, give me a thumbs up. Really appreciate it. I will be continuing to make more guides like this to help you guys out. But other than that, thanks for watching, and see you guys next time. Bye!